and it's 30th of November, 2023, and I've been off the air for a while. Seems like a lot of things have been happening in the world, and just need my attention. And as we start to enter winter, things are getting colder in Montana. Animals need more attention. We have a little farm that has pigs and goats and cows and chickens and turkeys and cats and stuff like that. So those need attention at least twice a day. And as um, the thing I've been looking at lately, and it really concerns me, is all the things that continue to happen around the world. And when we look at our freedom, people in America, if you're like me, I was born in 1966. It was all about freedom, liberty, the American flag, that America was under God, and like one nation under God, or in God we trust, is very symbolic of nationalism and support the American flag. That the American people were the saviors of the world, right? That's different than the people of today. The young people today look at the flag as racist. They look at the flag as the American flag as something that's bad. That now you hear the President of the United States call people that like nationalism or are patriotic, that those people are terrorists, domestic terrorists, right? I joined the Air Force in 1985, and I spent 21 years defending our way of life, and God we trust. And I realized that in my life, I've been deceived many, many times, a lot of times. Some of those times were huge, like life changing, when I found out that I was deceived, right? And what I realized today, and I mentioned it before, that we were born into a fallen world. Satan's been at this for a lot longer than you or I have been here. And he knows exactly what he's doing. And he's a smart individual. And the only way we can know the truth, there's only one way. It's not by what the world tells us, not by what our country tells us. It's by what the Lord tells us. The truth. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me. That's what Jesus said. It's John 14:6. That's simple. What you realize, God has given us grace and mercy because we have fallen into sin from Adam and Eve. And Satan is in control of this world. So we're going to be deceived so many ways. If we don't keep our eyes on the Lord, on Jesus, we will be deceived. We need to keep our eyes on Jesus, and we need to look at the book, the Bible, on a regular basis. Not only look at it, read it, digest it, learn what it has to say. Make it a part of your daily activity. Because if you don't, the book, it's like in the military, we had war manuals, right? Well, the Bible is like our war manual. Only our weapons are not, guns and bullets and ships and planes like that. It's spiritual warfare. What are the weapons of spiritual warfare? It would be praying, knowing the Bible, knowing what is true and what is false, having a connection with Holy Spirit, having a relationship with Jesus, with God, that's what makes you invincible, is a relationship. And that is what takes away fear. The relationship with Jesus. If you don't know Jesus, I'm telling you, time is short. It's time to get to know Jesus. Even if you don't know him and you don't want to, you should even ask a question. Just ask a question. Or if you're at all curious, if you at all want to know anything, ask somebody the question. You can even direct message me. I'd be happy to answer your question. So, on the last day of November 2023, that's what I have to say. There's so much more to talk about. And I could talk about the book of Revelation and how you can understand that, but that's a long discussion. And I will tackle that in future episodes. But right now, it's really important, if you don't know Jesus, that you submit to Jesus and give your heart to Jesus and start to follow him and start to build a relationship with him. Okay? So that's where I'm going to leave it today. And may you always walk in the truth.